our first priority will be prosperity and competitiveness. In the last 5 years, we have weathered the fiercest storm in our union's economic history. We have emerged stronger from the shock of lockdowns, and we have overcome an unprecedented energy crisis. We did this together, and I believe we can be proud of it. But we also know that our competitiveness needs a major boost. The fundamentals of the global economy are changing. Those who stand still will fall behind. Those who are not competitive will be dependent. So the race is on, and I want Europe to switch gear. And this starts with making business easier and faster. We need to deepen our single market across the board. We need less reporting, less bureaucracy, more trust, better enforcement, more faster permitting. And I will ensure that we are accountable for this, because only what gets measured gets done. And therefore, I will task each commissioner to deep dive in their portfolio and to deliver concretely on burden reduction. And I will appoint a vice president to coordinate this work and to report on progress to this House once a year. I will introduce a revamped SME and competitiveness check as part of our better regulation toolbox. We all know that there is no Europe without small and medium enterprises. They are the heart of our economy. And therefore, let's get rid of burdensome micromanagement. Let's give them more trust, better incentives. Our SMEs deserve it. Honourable members, prosperity and competitiveness. Let me give you some figures. In the first half of this year, 50% of our electricity generation came from renewables, homegrown and clean. Investments in clean technologies in Europe have more than tripled in this mandate. We attract more investments in clean hydrogen than the United States and China combined. In the last years, we have concluded with global partners 35 new agreements on clean tech, hydrogen and critical raw materials. This is the European Green Deal in action. So I want to be clear. We will stay the course on our growth strategy and the goals that were set for 2030 and 2050. Our focus will now be on implementation and investment to make it happen on the ground. And this is why I will put forward a new clean industrial deal in the first 100 days of the next mandate. It will channel investment in infrastructure and industry, in particular for energy-intensive sectors. This will help create lead markets in everything from clean steel to clean tech. It will speed up planning, tendering and permitting. We must be faster and simpler, because Europe is decarbonizing and industrializing at the same time. So our companies need predictability for their investments and their innovation. And yes, they can rely on us. And in this logic, we will enshrine our 90% target for 2040 in our European climate law. Our companies need to plan their investment for the coming decade already today. But this is not only for business, it's also for business, but not only for business. For our young people, the children, the teenager of today, 2030, 2040, 2050 is just around the corner. They know that we have to reconcile climate protection and a prosperous economy. And they would never forgive us if we do not rise to the challenge. So this is not only a matter of competitiveness, But, honourable members, this is also a matter of intergenerational fairness. The young people deserve that we act on this one. The new clean industrial deal will also help bring down energy bills. We all know that structurally high energy prices hamper our competitiveness. And high energy bills are a major driver of energy poverty of people. I have not forgotten how Putin blackmailed us by cutting us off Russian fossil fuels. But we withstood together. We invested massively in homegrown, cheap renewables. And this enabled us to break free from dirty Russian fossil fuels. Therefore, honourable members, together we will ensure that the era of dependency from Russian fossil fuels is over, once and for all. Honourable members, Europe needs more investment, be it farming or industry, digital or strategic technologies, but also more investment in people and their skills. This mandate has to be the time of investment. And this starts with completing our capital markets union and mobilising more private funding. Every year, 300 billion euros of European family savings go from Europe to foreign markets because our capital markets are too fragmented. And then this money is often used to buy innovative European companies from abroad, and the companies leave. This has to change. We need to leverage this enormous wealth to create growth here in Europe. And this is why we will propose a European Savings and Investments Union. European startups should not need to look at the United States or Asia to finance their expansion. They must find what they need to grow right here in Europe. So we need a deep and liquid capital market, and we need a competition policy that supports companies to scale up. Europe must be again the home of opportunity and of innovation. And honourable members, to unleash private investment, we also need public funding. Yes, we have the resources of Next Generation EU and the current budget, but this will come to an end within the next years, while our investment needs will not. Our new budget will be reinforced. We need more investment capacity. It must be more focused on policy, simpler for member states, and more impactful, so that we can use its power to leverage more private and public financing. And I will propose a new European Competitiveness Fund. It will be focused on common and cross-border European projects that will drive competitiveness and innovation, notably to support the clean industrial deal. It will ensure that we develop strategic tech and manufacture right here in Europe, be it AI or clean tech. The future of our prosperity must be made in Europe. That is clear, and this is something we really have to press on, honourable members.